Imagine yourself at age 65, 75, or even older and being too weak and frail to pick up your grandchild, go shopping on your own, or go for a hike on a trail. Is that how you really want to spend your golden years? The good news is that you can fortify your body against age-related decline, making your future life much more enjoyable. I'm going to show you why exercise after age 40 is non-negotiable if you want to stay strong, energetic, and independent for life. I'll explain what happens to our bodies as we age and propose a basic exercise framework that you can use to start building a stronger, more vital version of you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fitness Roadmap, where we help you navigate the path to lifelong strength and health. If we haven't met before, my name's Mark Sanderson, and I am glad that you could join me for this discussion about the importance of exercise if you are age 40 or older. Let's jump in. Now, by the time we reach our late 30s to early 40s, our bodies are already starting to decline, losing valuable muscle mass, strength, and cardiovascular capacity. And unless we do something about it, we will arrive at old age much weaker and less able to do many basic activities that we take for granted today. Now, before we talk about why exercise is so powerful, let's take a few minutes to learn more about what happens to our bodies as we age and the potential consequences if we don't take a proactive approach with our health. The first thing that happens is muscle loss, also called sarcopenia. Now, by age 30, your muscle mass starts declining by 3 to 8% per decade, and it accelerates after age 60 to as much as 10 to 20% each decade. Less muscle equals less strength, more weight gain, and a higher risk of falls, which are a leading cause of death in adults over age 65. The second thing that happens is a decline in aerobic capacity. Now, your cardiovascular fitness drops by 5 to 10% per decade after age 30, up to 15% each decade after 60. Less endurance equals getting winded faster and trouble climbing the stairs. Just like the loss of muscle mass, losing a significant percentage of your aerobic capacity means that activities like walking in the park or doing your own shopping that were easy in your 30s, 40s, or 50s could become nearly impossible in your 60s and beyond. The next thing that happened is slower metabolism. As you lose muscle, your metabolism slows, making it easier to gain weight. Now, increased weight increases the risk of many diseases like diabetes, heart disease, obesity, as well as mobility issues. The next thing that happens is bone density loss. As we age, our bones become weaker and osteoporosis risk goes up, especially for women post-menopause. A loss of bone density greatly increases the risk of debilitating fractures, resulting in a loss of mobility and an increased chance of death. So, less movement equals stiffer joints, arthritis, and difficulty staying mobile. Once again, impacting your ability to do basic daily activities. Getting old sounds pretty terrible, doesn't it? Now, while we can't totally stop the aging process and decline of our bodies, by exercising, we can dramatically reduce the impact that decline has to a level where it's much less of an issue in our ability to stay active and independent late in life. Think of it like this. If you continue to do nothing, you're like this glass of liquid. If you make a commitment to start exercising to build your strength and cardiovascular health, you're like this glass of liquid. Now, it's got more in it because of your exercise. Now, over the rest of your life, let's assume both versions of you lose 50% of the liquid due to age-related decline. Who ends up with more liquid? Well, the exercising you because you've got more to start with. Okay? Because you are exercising, you're building strength, muscle mass, and cardiovascular capacity. And even with age-related decline, you're going to end up with more of all of those at the end of the day. So to build that extra reserve, we need to focus our efforts on 3 primary areas and support those areas with some lifestyle tweaks. Here's the basic exercise framework that you can use no matter where you're starting from. The first component is strength training. Now, strength training adds muscle mass, it boosts our metabolism, and keeps you strong. So aim for 2 to 3 of these per week, focusing on compound movements. Now, those are movements that involve multiple joints. So exercises like squats, push-ups, pull-ups, chin-ups, all fit into this category. And all of those can be done with little to no equipment, making it easy to get started. Next component is cardiovascular health. Now, we need to maintain our aerobic capacity so we have the ability to remain mobile as we age. There's 2 components that you should try to work on each week. First is your aerobic base, also known as zone 2. Now, this is the low to moderate effort level, and you should aim to get 2 to 3 hours of this in each week. Activities like brisk walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, all of those can work for this. Check the links in the description for the videos I've done on Zone 2 and to sign up and get your free Zone 2 Quick Start Guide. The second part of cardiovascular health is VO2 max, and that's the high effort training that helps maintain your body's ability to get oxygen to your muscles while under strain. Now, you build this by doing high intensity efforts of 1 to 5 minutes each with a few minutes of rest in between. In your 40s and 50s, this could be running or sprinting up a hill, but in your 70s, 80s, and 90s, brisk walking could qualify. Try to get 10 to 15 minutes of this in each week. See the description for a playlist of VO2 max videos. The third component is mobility and stability. Now, that helps maintain your joints' range of motion and overall balance. So things like balance training, yoga, dynamic stretching, and flexibility all count. So try to do a little of those each and every day. Now that we have a guide on how to approach exercise for the long term, we need to make sure our bodies are ready to benefit from all the work that we'll be doing. So here are a few key areas of your life that, if you pay attention to them, will complement your exercise routine. The first is nutrition and protein intake. Now, food truly is fuel for your body and brain. In addition to eating as many whole, unprocessed foods as possible, more and more research is showing that eating enough protein is equally as important. Now, the current U.S. recommended daily allowance of 0.36 grams per pound of body weight may be insufficient to maintain muscle mass, especially for active older people. Current recommendations recommend consuming between 0.6 to 1 gram per pound of body weight in order to promote muscle growth and preservation. So for me, at 175 pounds, that would equate to 105 to 175 grams of protein each day. Try to get your protein from whole foods like eggs, chicken, fish, beef, nuts, and beans, and dairy products, but don't be afraid to supplement those with a high-quality protein powder. The next component is sleep, and that's critical for our bodies and our brains, and most of us don't get enough. Try to get 7 to 9 hours a night. Now, to help you sleep better, try to go to bed at the same time each night, reduce your alcohol and caffeine consumption, and try to limit screen time before bed. The next thing we want to do is to make sure that we are properly hydrated. Improper hydration can impair our recovery and make it harder to sleep as well as be productive the rest of the day. Try to get between 12 to 16 cups of liquid from all sources each day, and add some more if you are exercising to replace the sweat. At this point, you might be saying, okay, Mark, this sounds great, but how do I fit all of this additional exercise into my already too busy life? Well, I'm going to be honest with you and say that you will probably have to do some reprioritization of what you do each week in order to get a consistent, full, and effective exercise routine going. But you don't have to do it all at once. Take your time, start doing something, get in the habit, and start seeing results, and then it will be easier to add more and more exercise time each week. So I would say at a minimum, try to do some activity each and every day. It could be just getting outside for a walk at lunch. Start there and then add to that over time. If you can get to the point of doing a couple of Zone 2 workouts of 30 to 45 minutes a week, along with 1 to 2 30-minute strength training sessions, you'll be doing more than just about everyone else. Then, as you build your fitness, you can add a VO2 max workout into the mix. Total time for all of this could be as little as 2 to 3 hours a week. From there, you can add additional time for additional exercise. Now remember, by taking action now, you're setting yourself up for a longer, healthier, and more active life for the rest of your life. So here's what you're going to gain by starting to exercise. First is more energy. That's going to give you energy to do the things you love both now and later. Independence. Independence is key, and by exercising, you're going to have it way into your later years. You're going to also reduce chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes, and most importantly, you're going to have the confidence and vitality to live your best life. What about you? Leave a comment down below to tell everybody what you've done to start exercising as you've gotten older. How do you fit exercise into your life, and what benefits have you seen from it? I'd love to hear your results, and the comments will help others as well. Now, if you found this video helpful, please subscribe and hit the like button. It really does help the channel. And be sure to share this with a friend. Now, to see what a typical week of training looks like for me, check out this video. And that's it for now. So until next time, take care, enjoy the journey, and be well.